Imagine a man so ahead of his time that his inventions remained science fiction for centuries. A man whose art held secrets still being uncovered today. And a man some believe was in contact with something not of this world. Was Leonardo da Vinci just a brilliant Renaissance mind? Or was there something or someone guiding him? Leonardo da Vinci is widely regarded as one of the greatest geniuses in human history. A painter, engineer, anatomist, and inventor, he left behind an astonishing collection of works that continue to amaze scholars and enthusiasts alike. But what if some of his greatest ideas didn't come from human intellect alone? Over the years, theories have emerged suggesting that Da Vinci's knowledge was beyond what should have been possible during the Renaissance. His sketches of flying machines, intricate knowledge of anatomy, and cryptic mirror writings have led some to speculate. Was he visited by extraterrestrial beings? Could his unparalleled genius have been the result of contact with an advanced intelligence? In this exploration of Leonardo da Vinci's most astonishing works, we'll uncover the bizarre theories, the scientific counter-arguments, and the hidden clues that continue to fascinate historians and conspiracy theorists alike. Brace yourself, because the secrets we're about to reveal may just change the way you see history forever. Leonardo da Vinci's artwork is legendary, but could there be more hidden within his paintings than meets the eye? His most famous masterpiece, the Mona Lisa, has captivated historians and art lovers for centuries. Her enigmatic smile, the surreal landscape behind her, and the precision of her gaze suggest an understanding of light, shadow, and anatomy far beyond his time. However, some believe there are even deeper mysteries concealed within the painting. For years, scholars have analyzed the Mona Lisa, uncovering mathematical patterns, hidden symbols, and even what some claim to be an encrypted message within her eyes. Some have even speculated that Leonardo embedded secret knowledge about extraterrestrial life in his artwork. Could it be possible that he was trying to tell us something? Another famous piece, The Last Supper, has been at the center of countless theories. From the controversial Da Vinci Code, claims of hidden figures and messages, to suggestions that the painting contains encoded knowledge of physics and geometry, Leonardo's work seems almost too advanced for a man of his era. Some believe he had access to knowledge beyond human comprehension, possibly gifted by higher beings. But his genius didn't stop at painting. His scientific mind was just as extraordinary. Long before the Wright brothers took flight, Leonardo da Vinci was sketching detailed designs of flying machines that eerily resemble modern aircraft. His ornithopter, a machine designed to mimic the wings of a bird, was centuries ahead of its time. But how did he conceive of such an idea in the 1400s, long before aerodynamics was understood? Da Vinci's notebooks are filled with blueprints of machines that seem to predict the future: helicopters, tanks, scuba gear, and even robotic knights. Some of his designs have been successfully built and tested using modern materials, proving that they could have functioned had the right technology existed in his era. What's more, Leonardo's knowledge of hydraulics, mechanics, and optics seemed to surpass that of his contemporaries. His sketches of what appear to be solar concentrators, bridges, and advanced weaponry suggest an intelligence that was operating far beyond the limits of the Renaissance period. How could one man have conceived such futuristic ideas? Was Da Vinci merely a genius ahead of his time, or was he receiving knowledge from an advanced civilization? Perhaps one of the most puzzling aspects of Leonardo's work is his anatomical accuracy. His studies of the human body were so precise that they remained unrivaled until the 20th century. He dissected human cadavers in secret, meticulously recording every muscle, tendon, and organ. His Vitruvian Man A drawing depicting the ideal human proportions is often linked to sacred geometry, an area of study that some claim holds connections to extraterrestrial knowledge. Da Vinci's fascination with the human form extended beyond mere observation. His notes suggest he was searching for something, a deeper understanding of life itself. Some researchers have pointed out that his anatomical drawings include structures that were not officially discovered until centuries later. How could he have known about them? Some theorists propose that Leonardo had access to knowledge beyond what was humanly possible at the time. Could he have been guided by a higher intelligence, one that allowed him to see beyond the limits of Renaissance science? With so many unanswered questions, it's no wonder that the theories surrounding Da Vinci's brilliance continue to grow. But could there be real evidence linking him to extraterrestrial contact? Leonardo da Vinci was undoubtedly ahead of his time, but was his genius entirely human? Some theorists believe that his extraordinary intellect was the result of something far more mysterious. Could Da Vinci have been in contact with extraterrestrials, or even have been one himself? One of the strangest pieces of evidence supporting this theory is Leonardo's obsession with flight. His flying machine designs resemble modern aircraft, yet they were conceptualized centuries before the first airplanes. Some argue that his ideas were not simply the result of observation and imagination, but were inspired by first-hand knowledge of aerial technology, something no human at the time could have possessed. Then there's his mirror writing. Leonardo wrote most of his notes in reverse, a technique that can only be read properly using a mirror. Was this simply a way to avoid scrutiny from the Catholic Church, or was he encrypting messages for those who could understand them? Some suggest that this writing method is similar to forms of cryptic communication used in ancient civilizations, possibly hinting at knowledge passed down from non-human entities. Additionally, there are claims that Da Vinci's personal journals contain strange symbols and references to mysterious encounters. While mainstream historians dismiss these as artistic experiments, ancient astronaut theorists argue that they could be evidence of contact with beings beyond our world. Could Leonardo da Vinci have been a messenger of extraterrestrial knowledge, using his art and inventions to subtly pass down advanced information? Or was he simply an unparalleled genius who saw the future before it arrived? Leonardo's paintings are masterpieces, but some believe they hold secrets hidden in plain sight. Over the years, researchers and conspiracy theorists alike have claimed to uncover hidden figures, symbols, and messages within his most famous works. One of the most intriguing theories involves the Last Supper. Some researchers claim that Leonardo embedded secret codes and mathematical patterns into the painting, possibly revealing hidden knowledge about the universe. Others argue that the positions of the apostles and the empty space next to Jesus suggest a hidden figure, perhaps Mary Magdalene, or even an otherworldly being. Even more bizarre are the claims that the Last Supper contains visual representations of sound waves or encrypted messages that can only be revealed through digital analysis. Some believe that when overlaid with sacred geometry, the painting reveals patterns too perfect to be mere coincidence. Then there's the Mona Lisa, one of the most analyzed paintings in history. Some experts claim that her facial features contain unnatural symmetry, suggesting an advanced understanding of human biology, perhaps even influenced by non-human intelligence. Others argue that her expression is too precise, too mathematically perfect, to be purely artistic intuition. Perhaps the most outlandish theory suggests that if you mirror the Mona Lisa, hidden images of alien-like figures emerge from the background. While most art historians dismiss these claims, believers argue that Leonardo was trying to leave behind clues in the only way he knew how: through his art. Were these hidden messages intentional, or is it all just coincidence? Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks are filled with strange inventions, some practical, some seemingly impossible for his time. But what if they weren't just the product of a brilliant mind, but rather blueprints based on knowledge that shouldn't have existed in the 15th century? One of his most baffling designs is the robotic knight, an automated humanoid figure capable of moving its arms and jaw. While it wasn't built in his lifetime, modern engineers have reconstructed it using his notes, and it works. How did Leonardo conceive of robotics centuries before the Industrial Revolution? His submarine-like diving suit is another enigma. While submarines wouldn't be developed until the 17th century, Da Vinci designed a suit that would allow a human to walk underwater, complete with breathing mechanisms. Could he have had knowledge of deep-sea exploration far ahead of his time? Perhaps the most mind-blowing of all is his ornithopter, a flying machine designed to mimic the wings of a bird. Though it was never built, modern aviation experts suggest that, with a few modifications, it could have achieved controlled flight. How did Leonardo understand the mechanics of flight so well? Hundreds of years before airplanes existed. Some say these inventions were simply the work of an unmatched intellect. Others believe they were inspired by something beyond our world. Could Da Vinci have been using knowledge passed down from an advanced civilization? And if so, what was he trying to accomplish? Before jumping to the conclusion that Leonardo da Vinci was influenced by extraterrestrials, it's important to understand the world he lived in. The Renaissance was a time of immense intellectual growth, with breakthroughs in art, science, and engineering happening across Europe. Da Vinci was not the only genius of his time. He was surrounded by thinkers like Michelangelo, Galileo, and Copernicus, all of whom contributed to an era of rapid discovery. The printing press had been invented, allowing knowledge to spread faster than ever before. Trade routes connected Europe to new lands, bringing in new ideas, philosophies, and scientific techniques. Leonardo had access to the greatest libraries, the brightest minds, and the most advanced scientific discussions of his day. He was also an obsessive observer, spending hours studying nature, sketching birds in flight, dissecting human bodies, and experimenting with engineering designs. His ability to connect different fields of study allowed him to develop ideas that seemed almost prophetic. While his notebooks and inventions were undoubtedly ahead of their time, they were built upon centuries of accumulated human knowledge. Could it be that Da Vinci was simply a product of his environment rather than a recipient of otherworldly wisdom? One of the most compelling arguments against the ancient astronaut theory is that Leonardo's genius can be explained by his unique approach to learning. Unlike many of his contemporaries, who relied heavily on classical texts and religious teachings, Da Vinci was a relentless empiricist. He trusted his own observations above all else. His thousands of pages of notebooks reveal a mind that was constantly questioning, testing, and refining ideas. He performed dissections to understand the human body firsthand, rather than relying on outdated medical texts. He studied water flow, plant growth, and the movement of animals, applying what he saw to his inventions. Many of his futuristic ideas, like flying machines, were not based on secret knowledge, but on careful observation of birds and bats. His war machines and tanks were likely inspired by the siege warfare tactics of the time. His anatomical drawings were the result of painstaking dissections and an unmatched eye for detail. Instead of assuming Da Vinci had outside help, many scholars argue that his methods simply allowed him to make connections that others overlooked. His brilliance was not alien. It was the result of a lifetime of curiosity and experimentation. While conspiracy theories surrounding Da Vinci are fascinating, many of them fall apart under closer examination. The idea that he encoded secret messages in the Mona Lisa or The Last Supper, is often based on digital manipulation, flipping or layering images in ways that Da Vinci himself would never have done. Historians argue that if he had intended to hide messages, he would have used more conventional Renaissance symbolism rather than relying on cryptic visual tricks that require modern software to decode. As for his inventions, while they were advanced for his time, many were not entirely original. His tank-like war machine, for example, was likely inspired by ancient siege engines. His flying machines, though innovative, were ultimately impractical and lacked the understanding of aerodynamics needed for real flight. Even his mirror writing, which some claim was meant to encode secret messages, was likely just a personal habit, perhaps to make his notes harder for casual readers to steal, or simply because he was left-handed and found it easier to write that way. Leonardo da Vinci was a genius, but one who can be explained through science, history, and human ingenuity. Do we really need aliens to explain his brilliance? Or does that take away from the true genius of one of history's greatest minds? Even centuries after his death, Leonardo da Vinci continues to surprise the world. Recent discoveries have only fueled speculation that there is still more to learn about his work, and possibly more secrets yet to be uncovered. In 2019, a group of researchers studying Da Vinci's manuscripts found references to underground tunnels beneath some of his favorite locations in Italy. Some believe these passages may have been used as secret workshops or places for private experimentation. Could they contain more of his lost inventions or hidden writings that could reshape what we know about him? Additionally, advancements in imaging technology have allowed experts to examine his paintings in new ways. Infrared scans of the Mona Lisa have revealed underlying sketches and changes that Da Vinci made during the painting process, leading some to speculate that he may have hidden even more layers of information within his work. Artificial intelligence is now being used to analyze Da Vinci's writings and paintings, uncovering patterns that human researchers may have overlooked. AI has helped detect mathematical sequences in his compositions and even predict what some of his unfinished works might have looked like. One of the most fascinating developments is the use of AI to reconstruct Da Vinci's voice. By analyzing his written words and historical context, researchers have attempted to recreate how he might have spoken. Could this technology one day reveal hidden meanings in his texts that we previously missed? While none of these discoveries definitively prove any extraterrestrial connection, they do reinforce one thing. Leonardo da Vinci was a man whose brilliance remains unmatched, and his work continues to intrigue and inspire generations. Leonardo da Vinci was, without question, one of the most brilliant minds in history. His art, inventions, and scientific studies were centuries ahead of their time. But was his genius purely human, or was there something more? The theories suggesting extraterrestrial influence on Da Vinci's work are fascinating, but they remain speculative. His mirror writing, futuristic inventions, and intricate knowledge of anatomy can all be explained through his relentless curiosity, empirical research, and unparalleled observational skills. However, that doesn't stop people from wondering, was he simply a genius? Or was he tapping into knowledge beyond what should have been possible in the 15th century? Even today, new discoveries about Da Vinci's work continue to emerge. Whether it's hidden sketches beneath his paintings, AI uncovering new insights, or unexplored tunnels tied to his legacy, one thing is clear: Leonardo da Vinci still has secrets to reveal. Perhaps we will never fully understand the depths of his mind, but one thing is certain: his work continues to push the boundaries of what we think is possible, just as it did centuries ago. And that, in itself, is almost otherworldly.